There we go. There's audio now. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to a Monday afternoon. It is finally raining in Texas. Woohoo! I am so ecstatic. You guys have absolutely no idea. It's been scary dry out here, like to the point where I'm just like, is my house might burn down? Like, I've been keeping an eye out for smoke. It's been absolutely insane over here. Not to mention our power grid is Texas. As you guys know, our power grid is practically shit over here. So I mean, we keep the house at 80. Yeah, it's been insane. So with that, guys, let's go ahead. Go through the usual drill. So always check us out on Facebook. I do my best to post. So this, Facebook. There is a new video coming up this Friday, so I set it up for 3 o'clock this Friday. I'm not sure if it's gonna do it Eastern time or Central time. It just doesn't specify. Just gives you 3 p.m. So I'm assuming it's 3 p.m. Central time, but it's possibly 3 p.m. Eastern time. So bear with me. And then this is one that I completely forgot to add on here. So now we have the link for Captain Hobbes. We do have an Instagram, so you love Instagram, please show us some love. And you can see what the actual original hubs look like. So yes, no, I don't feel like logging in right now, Instagram. And if you're having a hard time finding it, I added a link down here so you can easily find a way to get to the page. So yes, as usual, let's show Stream Beats some love. I always love these dudes. Otherwise, my stream will be really bland, and all you guys get to look at is the top of my head as I talk to myself, and yeah, that gets kind of awkward sometimes. Okay, so let me close some of these. Okay, give me a second. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. Alright, so that's good to go. Okay, so let's go to Clip Studio. I had it open. There you are. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new one. So today I need to create a pretty interesting concept. I need to create a popcorn monster. Let's just do with 11. Let's just do an 11 by 8, 8.5. It's standard, sheet of paper. From here, I am going to. I don't like using that. Delete. I really need to just start doing some tutorials on this platform. It's been too lazy, and it's not that I'm lazy on purpose. It's just by the time it gets to me to create stuff, I'm just dog tired, yo. I do software all day, and then at night I'm doing more software. So yeah, there we go. So this is gonna be my backdrop. I'm gonna go ahead and lock that up. And I'm probably, to be quite honest, I should have gone a little lighter on this. Hey, hold on one second, guys. Sorry guys, it was my neighbor. Just making sure she's okay. So she usually doesn't call this late. So I need to make sure that, she wasn't hurt or injured or anything. Alright guys, so this monster is going to be a popcorn-based monster. I've had this idea floating around my head. Let me go to images. And it's mainly... Let me see if I can get popcorn close-ups. Okay, let me see. Okay, so to me, popcorn always look kind of like these little popped open like butterflies, but they kind of look more like termites to me sometimes. So I kind of like that. Okay, so I'm looking at like slow popping popcorn. So just to get some ideas. So normally popcorn, when you look at it, oh, it's not what I want. There we go. Let me make this a little. There we go. So it's normally like a cacophony of like these Kind of awkward shapes. You might see like a little crack there. It's just all these like little, like the kernel literally exploded. Like there's no real structure to it. You may see inside the kernel where it literally like opened up and imploded inward. So it's got this really interesting look. Now I don't want to add like squid-like. However, I do like this idea here that I just saw where it's kind of like a half-open kernel. So I like that right there. So it still has part of the shell. And remember guys, when you're doing shading, make sure you're contouring. And by the way guys, just a heads up, there might be a couple of days, probably for like 6 days, so you guys might not see much of me. I am taking a much needed rest and vacation starting on Wednesday to next Wednesday. I need some time off, and I am going to probably like just go to like national parks, do like real world stuff, you know, photography, stuff that's internal. I kind of like this where it's got like a spider vibe to it. All right. So let's see. It might have like these little salt, because remember people put salt on it, and maybe some blotches of butter. So maybe that's what the eyes look like. The eyes just are little blotches of salt. And what it does is this thing like slides. Like maybe some of the little kernels opened up. So I kind of like that, and it's got like little smothers of butter on it. I think that's really neat. So this is basic. Okay, V01. So half open kernel. Be sure that's not how it's spelled, but bear with me. So I really kind of like that one. That's version 1. Okay, now let's see what else we got for inspiration here. Oh, I kind of like this. Okay. So, and sometimes it's kind of weird because you'll get like one big thing, and then it'll have like these little pops in the side. And this could be butter coming up from this. And I kind of have to, I can't really go too crazy with this because I need for it to be simplified enough that it fits the world. So how would this thing move around if it was a roll of kernel? So that's clearly its mouth. this to be weird. We're sitting here over here raving. Let me see. I'm gonna go over here. And this thing's probably, what it does is, it has eyeballs everywhere. But it probably just kind of like moves around in a couple of these, like, it's got like feet everywhere. Alright. Kind of like that, don't know why. Alright, so popcorn is kind of like a very sporadic look to it. Let me see. Oh, here's a better one. Where it's just a bunch of like kernels. So it's just it's composed of all these huge kernels. And this thing like most, think of like old school clay face. Oh, you know what would be pretty interesting? It's his eyes are made out of like little stripes. Why not? You know? It'll be like the red and white. So kind of like echoing the popcorn bag. And these things are just some random parts of the body. Yeah. Okay, so, oops. Go ahead and move this over to the next page. Okay, random sketches. These would be actually character sketches. If I had a random characters, here we go. Start putting the aliens. Aliens. There you go. Popcorn monster. Again, there's only so many shapes I can get with popcorn, so, you know, just bear with me here. Okay, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and start adding some tones to this. I'm creating a new layer. I'm just going to start with some, like, really lightish yellow. Unless something has a lot of butter in it, most of these are kind of like this opaque yellow color to them. That's kind of interesting. Why is it doing that? Oh. Yeah, I definitely need to sit down and do a full tutorial with this. And I'm just filling up the main areas. Okay, so it gives me that. Okay, maybe I want like a... Let me see. Oops. Maybe something a little browner. Remember, the kernel itself is actually going to be brownish. Not a fan of this. Like I said, I'm just trying some stuff, guys. I'm not worried about getting this being, you know, spotless, perfect. Just trying to get some stuff done here. Now let's go ahead, probably for this. So I like the reference to the popcorn bag. Okay, so kind of like that. And then popcorn always kind of has like this kind of, it's not quite yellowish, it's not quite white, but in the edges it's always like this, like there's this rim of like white, like it always kind of picks up a lot of the lighting in the area. And some areas will be almost like solid white where it really like popped. But there's always like hints of yellow. Like I said, just these are some quick ideas, see what my friends think. I'm not too married to these. I really like that one. That's probably like my favorite one. And that's what you want. You want to do like just quick concepts. Don't get married to your work. It's one of the harshest lessons to learn in our industry. Just people get really, they go from being the top of their school, wherever they're at, and then they go into industry. And you meet an art director, and they're savage as sin most of the times. Mainly because they have the sole responsibility of maintaining the project to stay on track, you know. So I don't fault them for being like that, you know. That's a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. There you go. Alright, so I want to do that red. Like I said, I was trying to kind of give homage to the original popcorn bag because, I mean, that's what I grew up with back in the day. And this thing's eyeballs would be kind of like a square. I think that'd be kind of neat. Now for over here, I really want to give this, like, this thing's like spewing out popcorn. Like popcorn, but like butter. There's a little pit at the bottom. So I kind of like that. That's pretty interesting. And what I'm gonna do is right up here. I want these things to somehow be spewing out butter. And maybe they'll have like different ones. Some of them will be like dusted with like cheese. Like this dude right here should be dusted with cheese. So I'm gonna add something more orangey on it. Kind of don't like that line there. So just some ideas to put out there. It's almost like I didn't put enough contrast between these yellows, but you know what, that's fine. I gotta be careful with what color I put behind it, because sometimes, like, you'll be doing concepts and then you put it on a white background, it will get a different feel versus when you put it like a blue. Blue gives like a completely different feel from the white. So I gotta be careful when I do this. Oh god, I'm getting old. To make sure that I don't accidentally, like, you know, change the mood, and just trying to focus on the character itself. New layer. Okay. Okay. Bug-like. Rolling or floating entity. And then this one's more of a mass, like a clump. Okay, so with that, I think that's pretty good. Like I said, I like to do some really just really quick concepts to share with my friends, especially so we're all kind of working together, just to kind of get some ideas out there. I'd like to date them to find out, and I'll make sure that some of these have weight. Line weight can give your design a lot of attitude, even when it's just like a rough concept. Highlight some of these mouth features. There you go. It's got a pretty alien looking feel to it. You know, this looks like it's got peppermints on it, but I kind of like the fact that it's got like these like little bags kind of like moving around in it. So maybe this one can shoot like little popcorn bags out of his mouth or something. So But with that, I'm going to stop right here. I think this is a good point. I really wanted to get this out of my head. There's sometimes where I get an idea, and it's not until I get it out of my head that I just cannot just sit still. So this is me trying to get this out of my head. So with that, guys, I just appreciate you guys joining me. Sorry about the hassle when I first started this video today. And like I said, starting Wednesday, you might not see me for like a week. It doesn't mean that I'm ghosting. I just need a break. I start at 4:30 a.m. and I end sometimes at 10 p.m. You know, I still keep up with my workouts and I'm keeping up with like all the stuff that I do. And I'm going to take a week off where I'm going to try to unplug as much as possible, take some photography, and just go outside and enjoy some stuff outside. So I'm really looking forward to that. So with that, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for joining me. And keep an eye out on the YouTube channel. Episode 3 drops Friday. And yes, we paid attention. It's only like 4 minutes long. So bear with us. So yeah. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.